Number 1.
Thank you very much, Puckett. Yes, let's launch into major number 5. Once more onto the anvil of war as these teams all look for glory, not only for this major, but the run to champs. Two of these teams, of course, Atlanta FaZe sitting pretty at the top of our standings after a 3rd place at the major. For LAG, technically, theoretically, not eliminated from champs yet, but let's see what they can do, Ton.
It's very much do or die at this stage, though, isn't it, for LAG? They have to come out and be nearly perfect from now on in if they do want to make champs. And, well, good start for them, I suppose, when you talk about Fortress Hardpoint. That's going to be coming up as map number 1. For me, you know, Ali was talking about she's not too sure why this has went through. I think plainly, for me, this is practice for FaZe. They've said to themselves, right, okay, let's get underneath our belts. We're in a good spot now. It's a team that, you know... in Hardpoint have had their ups and downs, but can FaZe maybe get some good competitive practice on Fortress heading into Toronto and champs? That's got to be the game plan.
Well, let's find out between these two here. Last time, realistically, the matchup was actually quite close between these two. And LAG will be hoping for another upset here as well. For Atlanta FaZe, obviously a bounce back after what will always be a disappointing major for them, even with top 3.
Yeah, I mean, but look, we've seen some definitely glimpses, I want to say, from Atlanta FaZe that looked like that championship contending team that they have been so far this season. Wouldn't be happy with some of the results, albeit, but P1 fully locked down in their favor. P2 rotation starting to come on through. LA Gorillas with the spawns over towards the barn side. A bit of a strange one there, actually, for a BZ and the rest of his team. Yeah, okay, that's because of the push that came through from Exceed. Will get taken down eventually if he has Simp. So rotation looking like it's going to belong to LA Gorillas. A BZ here, alive and kicking.
Yeah, just trying to keep this open for his team here as well. Slasher will get through and finally actually stays alive for a few seconds and gets that kill, but Atlanta FaZe will be into a position to at least grab the first part of this time. Problem is they know they have to defend the back and inside, the most tenuous of holds so far.
Sim staying alive. For sure that they do so. You can already see a BZ watching the cross. Presuming the flank's going to come in from LAG, but they're all towards the back and nearly falling into Sim's clutches. If they don't fall into his, they will fall into Slashers. A little bit of a split now for LAG, spawning over towards the P3 side, but you still have Exceed towards the back.
Slasher just going to end up cleaning that one up for them as well, and with 36 seconds left to go, FaZe will start thinking, is there any chance of a rotation here? This part of this is obviously just take as much time here as you can, because it will kind of negate if you don't get this rotation in the end.
Who's going to be here first? It is looking like Assault, so the kill's starting to come through for Atlanta FaZe. Spawn out for LAG. It's an opportunity now for FaZe, and that's just because LAG don't find the kills halfway through on this rotation. Assault's got it all to do. He's actually managed to find 2, so a good job so far. It's going to give LAG a chance here.
Wow. And unfortunately, BZ is going to go down, leaving them outnumbered until this point here. And a little bit of time already burned as it hasn't popped yet. But Atlanta FaZe, while they're in the lead, they will have a hard break to get into this next one. You can already see a very standard setup here. LAG looking to lock the door.
And that's all on Assault, who finds those 2 kills as the players were rotating. Yes, okay, may not have those initial rotations, but it allows the rest of the team to now follow on through. Can they manage to keep this locked down? Yes, they can. Exceed and Assault combining together. All of a sudden, Slasher has to take his time. Can't do much with that, though, as Arcides guns him. Good hold from LAG so far. Very much needed after a bad start to the game. P1 and 2 was looking good for FaZe. It's a great hold over towards P3 so far.
And they just keep jumping through this doorway. They managed to get a few kills down. It's a 2 versus 2 for a brief second. Atlanta FaZe hoping to maybe just keep them off the scrap time here in the end. And they will all fall. It's scrap time for FaZe. Rotation though for LAG. They will spawn out.
Not the end of the world for LAG then. You get, what, the majority of the time, minimum 30 to 35 seconds. And you have a potential rotation over towards Cannons here. Big gunfight there, 1. Either side of Joe Deceives over towards the doors. He finds that. You can lock down that P2 side spawn. And now for Atlanta FaZe, it's a long route through. You can get an AR watching over the middle of the map like Joe Deceives here. It's going to be danger. Atlanta FaZe running into trouble. Arcides finds a second himself. Well played. LAG manipulating the spawns. Yeah, you may well get kicked out of P3 a little bit earlier you would have liked. You can lock down P4. This is good time. They may well take the lead here, Bryce.
They certainly could as well, ever so slowly though. Atlanta FaZe looking for a way through. Arcee's already figuring out where Simp is going to go. That is the first blood down for them as Atlanta FaZe look to try and get somewhere into it. And again, Slasher, same window, same Arcees, same deal. LAG still holding off Atlanta FaZe.
Atlanta FaZe struggling to break. They are the worst team in the game at breaking on Fortress. And when you got a team of Cell, Simp, BZ, and Slasher, that stat blows your mind. But nonetheless, it is a problem for Atlanta FaZe on this map, specifically LAG. making it a problem with Arcides. Finding the kills up top. It's a 7 spree. It's a cruise missile. Alex finds another one as well. He's absolutely running it against his old teammates. It's
PC の方で入るとなんか出てくるから。
And this is so huge for them. Arcides sometimes blows hot, sometimes blows cold, but today is scorching and a phase every time he sees them. Just trying to stay alive here. He knows he lost reinforcements around that point. Actually jumps off just to make sure that Map stays his way.
うわ、セリーブのこと気持ち悪いよな。なんか変な打ち方。気持ち悪いよ。
A little bit of trouble, and all of a sudden Atlanta face show their slaying power. Slasher, Sellian finding the kills. Now if you Joe Deceives, you got 1 HP. Well, and a dream that is realized. The BZ will be taken down. Bit of a split here now for LAG. Expecting this to come in. Arcides going to call the cruise missile. What's the push? What's the plan?
これ使うか?
Signals out very, very deep there. Arcides obviously over towards top maps now, just waiting for Assault to do something with his play. Can find a kill at the Simp, expecting those players to push back towards those, but it hasn't resulted in LAG finding much.
Now, this has been basically a bit of a chess game between these two. Nobody willing to commit for the time. All worrying about his positioning. And B's going to see players towards the back. Gets one, but nobody
goes for a straight challenge.
Still holding it. Arcides runs in with a sprint and wins the gunfight. And now another gunfight towards the back is going to happen. Slashers hunting. Looking desperately for his companion on the other side, and he will get it eventually. Locks it down, and they are about to throw LAG into the trap.
Oh, shit.
This is tough now for LAG. You've battled hard over that first rotation of hills, but now you're stuck in a precarious spot. Joe Deceives is going to receive a bit of a luxury of that spawn over towards the P2 side, so now they can fight a precarious spot. Now for LAG, you've battled hard over that first rotation of hills, but now you're stuck in a precarious spot. Joe Deceives is going to receive a bit of a luxury of that spawn over towards the P2 side, so now they can fight their way out. The kills in over towards top R are going to dictate what happens here. Keep an eye on these spawns that are going to come through for LAG or not. Still towards the back, Simp influencing as best he can in the kill department and on the spawns. Still got to keep an eye on Joe Deceives. He can be the catalyst for LAG to break out here. Two in the middle. Slasher's the only one left, and all of a sudden LAG, you found yourself a break. You're looking at P2 spawns as well.
Just look right at but he's stunned and gunned and falls. And LAG find themselves in the position they want to. Also looking at trying to delete back on P1. Not going to happen. But P2 is up next. And they have the positioning and they have the time.
The only thing for LAG here is we have a small moment of respite. Look at Arcides.
フェーズの AR コンビエグいな。こいつら2人とも軽いパス使ってるんですよ。
Need some help from the boys. Still a ever so slight lead for LAG, and are they going to be able to hold this down? Slasher towards the back. We'll find Arcides in assault. And the hold is broken wide open by Slasher. Now the spawns towards the back for Atlanta phase. Here comes the others from the front. And nothing that LAG can do about that apart from lick their wounds. Perfect break for phase. Probably the first one we've seen.
It has, but this is where it gets a little bit dangerous. Atlanta phase will now go into the lead by about 24 points. What they need, though, is to break this open. Difficult last time. Will it be as easy this time? It was fortunate for LAG. Last time around, they're in danger of being broken here. It looks like FaZe have found a way through. Gorillas backs against the wall, still fighting for their lives in this hard point. Let's go for a listen with the Gorillas.
Bench on me. I think single. He's probably open somewhere. I think one's gate. Reloaded. There's a kid old. Big front does or something. Bottom right. Yeah, yo, he'll hit with an 8. No trophy. Open corner. I don't see this guy. No trophies either. Alright. Don't nades. Don't nades. I'm sure we front. Got me front. Time week. We hit him. He takes in the trophy. I'm coming back to you. So back left. One top map. One top maps. I'm wrapping P1 so that we don't get fucking. Bottom map. Nothing P1. P1 bottom maps. He's just at Hiller. What top maps? I got back to back. I'm trying to get arch.
LAG としては1分の上がりを防ぎたいんだけど、おお、すごい。1本の切られたら結構やばかった。
I'm saying push out maps here, guys. I'll back up P1. I need someone back. Okay, I'm blocking the door. Come on, windows, Joe? Yeah, okay. Gotcha. P5 down. It's P5 right now. We have bench. I'm playing gate right now. They need me. Once map.
S1 dropped into the listening may have been the end of it. Arcides has an incredible game, but now LAG need to hold. Unfortunately, the battle lines are already blurred. Atlanta phase have found their way into the hill, and LAG will now have to cover every single angle ton.
The two veteran ARs really going at it against each other. Slasher now trying to match Arcides with the spree. It was 7 in a row for him before he falls. Last time around, LA Gorillas got some good time here, but look how mixy Cannons looks right now. And well, if it's that kind of situation, you would usually fancy Atlanta FaZe to come out on top, but Simpson BZ being dealt with. Salim's the only one who can answer, and answer he can. That's 2.
キモすぎここ
All of
で
a
す
sudden,
ね
Atlanta FaZe are still in a position to try and break this. LAG, resolute at worst. Salt and Co staying alive over towards the top side. That break from FaZe may well come through, but it's for very little. But it's points that LAG desperately need. FaZe 25 away.
うまいね。
Salim stayed
で
alive
入らせ
for
ない
so
時
long. It's been a problem for them. Tries to go for the knife. Chow isn't going to work. We go to Blacksmith. Will LAG manage to get back into this game? It is lethal range for FaZe.
だ
Sim just holding an off angle towards the street
いや
side.
いい
That's
ね
just
シン
going
プ
to
ル
create
キープ
chaos.
からの
If he can get himself into top art, it all of a sudden becomes such more of a problem for LA Gorillas to hold this, because you've got to worry about FaZe now pushing from P3 side. Slasher with the cruise missile. This is going to cause issue.
And they managed to get one here. I'm just trying to figure out if we can thread this deal anyway. It will get a kill as well. Neither team really going for these points yet. Nobody wants to blink. Nobody wants to make the mistake that breaks them. Atlanta FaZe will now get onto the time. LAG have to get them off, but Selim and Slasher going to work and exceed. Is caught between a rock and a hard place as he must chow this one as well and does something, but not enough.
10 seconds to go for Atlanta FaZe. LA Gorillas nowhere to be seen. 4 perfect kills flying on through. This should be the game.
内間くんだごめ
I
ん
think
な
that is going to be it. The first map of the major. It's written into history books, and it will be Atlanta FaZe over LAG on the hard points.
それか
It was close for so long, but a break into P3. Player of the year or player of several.
Clutches underneath their belts as well. Mostly from a BZ is something that LA Gorillas have to watch out for. We've been having the conversation. I don't think we'll cast over anything quite as good as what a BZ did at the major, but you know, we got another
安倍
chance here
晋変わ
potentially.
らず部屋中
Well, probably player of the year or player of several years.
エイズの形
We'll
基
see if
本
we
こ
see
れね
anything,
安倍
anything
晋
quite
が
as
部屋の
exciting
中
in
入
this
って待
game.
って
At the moment, LAG
で8番
just
が右
probing
の
the
オ
defensives.
ーラの抜き警戒し
Joe Caesar's got a
つつ5
marker.
番はもう B を
You
も
know
う警戒
somebody's in there. Maybe a
Without
wallbang
phase
to
look,
come
it's
through.
local.
Maybe a little
Cover
check
shot is
and
local.
Dilla go through and he jumps across. Information now for
なんか
LAG.
が
Aggressive strategy in round number 1 for Atlanta FaZe getting inside of A, but the problem is, yeah, okay, that information was there. Salt is the first to fall. But do you have enough information to know how many members of FaZe are inside this point? Here comes the push. See through mid-map.
Yeah, it's your-
Gun simp. All of a sudden, a BZ is here to clean.
Yeah,
Oh, of course he is.
BZ.
There's 2 for a BZ. Arseny's now left in a 1 versus 3.
This is so difficult for him as well. That doesn't come out. And actually, as well, BZ will chow. Will take him down. Just
History for quite some time in terms of search and destroy, at least anyway. This guy has been an absolute phenom this year. There's 3 in round number 1 of this major.
てか7が
And yeah, okay, the first one's nice and simple. The second one comes as a trade from his teammate, but the stun check comes out and he's always going to be challenging that. Nicely done from Atlanta FaZe. And again, as I kind of alluded to early in the round there, was very aggressive for a round 1 push. Got no trophies to help defend the inevitable attacks that will come through. They do not care. 2 men inside of A was the plan, and 2 men inside of A worked. Now BZ and Co gonna have to deal with the same thing, but on the other side now, the Gorillas with a heavy presence inside the bomb site. Sim trying to finesse, can't do so. Exceed with the first blood. A BZ to trade. Will get traded himself. Selly will then find one back. 2 versus 2.
And now that first push for FaZe hasn't worked out. So just been careful. Somebody on the flag. I don't know if he's been seen here. He's seen Celium. The stun goes down, but will hit nothing. On the other side of it, Arseny's fighting for his life. Assault going to back him up as well. Celium has got into the point.
中井も設置だね
And post-plant, they were great stages 1 to 3. Stage 4 was not great. How about stage 5?
Sellium trying to lock it down. Slasher the one
Oh,
playing
it's
the
cute.
slow angle. I feel like he's going to be there to pick up the pieces and we'll find the first one. Salt to be taken down. Arseny's now is going to be chasing shadows. Sellium inside the point. Slasher to lock it down. Even if he finds this first kill, it's going to be so difficult for the defuse. But 22 seconds predicts it. But so does Slasher.
惜しいね
That is a massive chow out of Arseny's, hoping for the shock and
これ
awe.
が
Didn't quite catch him. Slasher with the exact same movement across. Both of them jump and aim. And Slasher just slightly better at it because Arseny's
おはようご
was
ざいます
weak.
どうもおはようございますおはようご
And
ざいます
that's 2 now
お
to
はようご
Atlanta
ざいます
FaZe.
と
And that's the typical post-plant spot, right? For an AL like Slasher. Yeah, okay, he's up towards top green. Arseny's will know that. Gets the call out from his teammate who gets shot from there as well. So as soon as he finds the first one, the information is there, but you're never going to allow him an easy gunfight if you're Slasher. 3 in a row for him. He's sitting at 4-on-1. Boys on number 7 and 8 for Atlanta FaZe doing the business right now. 2-0.
For LAG again, it's about looking at this defense. Where are they? Where can I go? Assault out wide in field. Is actually going to back up here. And BZ is watching, continually pushes this. with that going down as well. Joe Deceives goes for the wide onto the corner there without the information. Abeezy is now inside as well. LAG have no map control.
I think he has to go wide because Abeezy getting aggressive. May well be caught out here though as he pushes in the bar. Yes, he will be. He finds 1 and 2. How on earth he kills Slasher so quickly after that as well? I'm not quite sure, but a 2 versus 2 now. It's going to have to transpire for LAG if they want to get around on the board here. The bomb going down, Celium getting aggressive as well.
Exceed has completely changed this round. Already that last season trouble. So he's going to find the first Exceed. He's found 2. Can he find 4? Already waiting for him. Laying down, playing patient. And the hope was alive, but swiftly snuffed out.
And get up to par. Okay, well, okay.
Just sees a butt.
Just sees his big bomb. There you go. Things a lot more difficult.
Hoping, just maybe, with Exceed finding a couple of kills. They could have converted that round, but no joy so far. Exceed already seen Abeezy fly across. That'll be called out, that stun. I don't know if that went where he wanted it to. Well, take control of the A site here, and that phase will be doing what LAG did last time. Trying to find some information, trying to find a clue on how to get through.
What's the play going to be? Exceed's been in this position a couple of times, and Joe Deceives is just trying to cause issue, but here we go. It's kicking off already. Simple will be the first one to find a kill onto Exceed. Does get traded. Joe Deceives still in trouble after the information was found. Arsenes is there to trade 2 versus 2. Just about gets out as well. Pressure going to be coming in onto Arsenes now. Can he deal with it? Abeezy, the first one, will find him. And all of a sudden, Assault has left all on his own. Yeah, you may well have popped Deddy, but you are nowhere near the first place.
Well, with this Deddy, he's hoping to get an angle. The right flank, the right timing. And he needs it 0 and 3 currently in this one, matching his team's score. Just a little bit of cod luck does not go his way. Not going to check mid, checking out the back, thinking they've gone B. And unfortunately, he's guessed wrong. This A plant will go down, and Assault will have to make his way back there.
I think he thinks no information is a lot of information. We haven't seen anything inside, so it must be B. But yeah, you're right. He gets a bit of bad timing. Doesn't catch anyone on the cross. 0 and 3 from Assault. It's not regular, honestly. This map, whether it be Control or Search and Destroy, is usually pretty solid. Doesn't see Slasher either. Still doesn't see him. Abeezy with the shots in. Slasher will be there for the trade. Does well for the first one. If he sees Slasher, he's got such a good chance there. One way or another, though, the trade probably would have come through. I'm not quite sure how he didn't see him, to be honest with you.
Maybe a little bit of television, or it's really time will tell. For LAG, Atlanta FaZe.
If you're an LAG fan, at least. The FaZe fans, though, will be loving this. Form and the Search and Destroy, it has been clinical. Okay, there's been a couple of 1v1s in there. Maybe that stun from Simple isn't necessarily too clinical, but we'll back down on the B side. Those 1v1s, though, have been kind of, I want to say, just fairly easy to pick up, and all has really been about the trades for Atlanta FaZe. Now setting up over towards the A side for LA Gorillas. You do have Abeezy potentially behind you. Sim getting aggressive and finding the gunfight as he so often does. Arsenes Exceed 4v2 for FaZe.
Gets out with his life as well. That's probably the most dangerous of it. Although Assault should get one back here as well. Does. Down to a 2 versus 3. Makes it slightly more possible for them, but where do they go? Assault already over towards B. He might call for his teammate and say, hey, can you get over here?
You may think about planting that bomb inside of A, though, and Assault can watch from a more aggressive angle. But it's difficult. Joe Deceives, not really a lot of information. Well, there's some information at least anyway. Celium is up top. He's actually going to manage to get away with this. He's just ran through, stomped through Alasilo, if anything, over towards B. And it's a free run. There you go. Well, you're going to get the bomb down, or are you? Atlanta FaZe converging now. Here comes Sim. Yeah, good luck.
Sim figured it out, found him. And LAG, a little bit flat on this S&D. Just haven't managed to match the trades of Atlanta FaZe at any point.
I thought he might have got it down. But I suppose Atlanta FaZe are over towards the A side. Don't say anything. Go. Atlanta FaZe won't worry about that, though. The first bloods have been flowing, as they so often do on LSCL. Abeezy and Co running the show once again. Slasher's got his feet up right now. He's only died once.
Having a good time. And FaZe, though, already Abeezy almost gets himself caught for first blood this time. He's in trouble. Nades are raining on him. He's trying to do his movement to get out, but will fall. This time LAG have an advantage. Full map control and the numbers.
hasn't felt like they've had an advantage at any stage in this game. And it will have to be the full sale if they do want to tie the series up. A long and hard road to that, though. Simp trying to make a play with the dead silence here on the outside. Does have the bomb, has to be somewhat careful. He does fall. The round may well be gone. But it is Simp we're talking about here. Staying alive over towards the top locker side, but Celium is now going to fall as well. It's LAG's round to lose.
Oh. He has bomb and he's being aggressive. He's desperately hoping for anybody sees Assault. Goes for it as well. It is going to fall. Slasher in a 1 versus 4. No bomb, no time, no positioning. But is there no hope?
Well, last time these two teams played, LAG were 5-2 up. And Atlanta FaZe came back and won it 6-5. So, I kind of don't know where I'm going with it, but if some sort of comeback is potentially on the cards, always between these two teams, LA Gorillas need it in their favor this time. There's the first one. Just 5 more to go against Atlanta FaZe on LSL.
Well, let's see. Is hope alive today for the LAG? They are not in a good position in the league. They're not in a good position in this series. But we've seen crazier things. And I will always believe in the underdog.
And one thing I actually just want to point out, and we haven't seen too much of, and I don't know if it's because FaZe are just preventing it flat out. The plans for LAG haven't necessarily been as active as they typically are. They're on the team who plant the bomb very much the most on this map. Haven't had the opportunity to do so against FaZe though. Oh, so he's like trying to just find some information for his teammates. Yeah, has Exceed with a sniper behind him. It's pick and play for LAG. Can you find anything from the side of FaZe?
Arsenal's their most aggressive player. Not in a great position for a trade, but that dead silence will be popped. Doesn't see anybody yet. Stun check. Oh, he finds a hit marker as well. There's information. Arsenal's desperately trying to figure out where they are, but he actually managed to catch Celium, and Celium is not where he thinks he is.
But that nade will give him the information that Cell is not chilling over towards that right hand side, or will it? Didn't quite get it deep enough, but Joe Deceives is going to find the kill onto a BZ. Will get traded pretty much immediately. That bomb was down, but only momentarily. Assault now. Thinking about a push over towards the B side. Celium is crucial here for FaZe.
Arsenal knows somebody's in the area. Probably knows it's Celium as well. They're looking for him. Dead silence now for Celium. The challenge is going to come through. They've seen him. Both teams now going to sprint into action. Celium fighting for his life. It's a challenge back here. But as he gets the win, the goes down to a 1 versus 1. Exceed found Slasher and the time is ticking. All they have to do now is stay alive. Exceed looking for a chow. And will find nothing but disappointment. And down he goes to Sim regardless. Do you believe that Atlanta FaZe are better on this map, or do you believe LAG are better on this map? LAG have had close games, and Atlanta FaZe have had a losing streak in control recently. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But if Atlanta FaZe get this one, it ends the series.
Yeah, both teams not in great form when it does come down to control. To further reiterate towards your point, 6 out of the last 7 have been L's for Atlanta FaZe. Course, a few of them on the line and at the major, not going their way. The first couple of gunfights still have. Stay alive over towards the A side. Is it going to have to work on their control if they are going to go on to win some tournaments towards the latter stages of the CDL? Yeah, but our city's an assault. It can have very difficult over towards it.
So him now looking to lock this one down already to the push towards B. The problem is that LAG have map positioning. They will make sure these reinforcements do not reach Celium. So he's going to cut off his own reinforcements. There's a long shot onto Exceed, but Exceed gets into cover.
Yeah, BZ is going to manage to find Assault over towards the backside. Oh my god, Celium! Gonzalez is out of his shoes, and all of a sudden B is looking very, very tasty for the side of Atlanta FaZe. It's only Exceed who can do much about this. In a position to maybe flank Celium, still putting the pressure on, but Atlanta FaZe haven't necessarily over-extended towards B. They're quite happy to take A right now.
And all that distraction, all that noise has caused it to go. Celium just being the proverbial fawn. He's trying to stay alive here against Sash and Sim. And they can't get him eventually, they will do. Sim combines and a busy gets the second one down. For LAG, it's a worrying turn of events. They cannot afford to fall, but Slasher may actually fall while the person going behind him here dives into their spawn as well. They expect it. Arcees has figured him out, but look how far away they are.
Yeah, Sim's got the cross potentially, but it did have to back down. So small amount of hope for LAG. Not quite the stack you were expecting from FaZe, but they know that the push is going to come down that side now. And BZ can start extending over towards the right. He hasn't just got the SMG gunny. It's there with the tack as well. B slowly but surely going up towards Atlanta FaZe now, who are just going to start stacking it. LAG nowhere near.
Steve's trying to be the hero, gets 2 as well, but not the third, and it think it's not going to be good. Assault pitches it before they can find it through. LAG stay alive on tiny end of margins. Assault now trying to fight the BZ back from the brink.
Just brilliant from Joe Deceives. Said they went here because honestly it was only Joe against 4 members of FaZe. Manages to find 2 though. Slows down that tick progression that is coming very, very quickly. Allows the rest of his team to get themselves in a position to help him out. Exceed now just trying to be a thorn, as you mentioned, and is he going to be able to do so? Has found 1. Managing to stay alive towards the backside now. Delhi Gorillas Assault finds a couple more, and it, as mentioned, when it does come down to it for LSCLO, Assault does tend to enjoy himself. 7-3 right now. Just about keeping Atlanta FaZe at bay, but the lives are going to come into this. 11v9 in FaZe's favor.
And this is much better now for LAG. You can defend from this position. If you keep them on the kills, keep them on the back foot, that time will tick. Simp finds his way into the back area. That door will let them know he's here as well, that they are hunting for him. Simp trying to stay alive. He falls again. The rest of Atlanta FaZe are in their spawn. 30 seconds, and LAG will have held this.
FaZe will be kicking themselves if they don't win this. And BZ now on the flank, but we know that control, it can all kind of come down to one final moment. Celium's broken the doors open here. Can FaZe find a way?
They're looking for it as well. The trades do go down. It's FaZe at the moment. Only one player, Arsenal, he's trying to hold them off, and he finds a kill, but it's not going to be enough. Surely that capture is coming through, and FaZe will get it over the line. That first control for LAG, they could taste the victory in that defensive round, but it was not to be.
That's such a weird phenomenon, isn't it? We so often talk about the very end of control rounds and how often the attacking team are just able to find that one break. It is very much not over until it is over. Atlanta FaZe proving that right there. It was looking like they were in such a bad spot considering where the spawns are. It was pretty much clean white for LAG. They push up the right side of the map. They do everything correctly apart from win your gunfights. That's a tough one. You start to lose them down the field side. That pressure starts to build. Atlanta FaZe using every single bit of that advantage to their advantage. And walking away with the round win. Now it's up to their turn on the defensive side of things, and it has been a struggle for LAG on attacks. Only 25% of them are finding their way towards an LAG win. Can they manage to find one here against FaZe?
Right now they're just trying to trade around this point. Playing his life. Unfortunately, the rest of his team have died and gone back to respawn. You see Slasher trying to just farm them off as well. He'll get to this point, slows down for a second, goes for Selim. He knows he's there. Doesn't matter. Selim on a 6 streak. Still alive, still thriving here on this B defense. He's been stunned, doesn't care. Looks for Exceed, guns him anyway.
Christmas on now there for Celia, which is always an issue on this map, but good progression in from LAG. Keeping them away. 40 seconds gone.
Call it.
Yeah, I think he might. Yeah, you can see they're starting to
push the
They're still winning the gunfights though. LAG is still winning the gunfights. Every gunfight going their way. Selim did not call it in. Instead, he's going to rely on the tack to beat his cruise missile. And cruise missile, it might be with Joe Deceives. A huge gunfight. Simp to the rescue potentially as he finds a second one, but that tick will go through. And it's Exceed who gets it over the line. But B is gone. A is alive.
Just about get that. Simp nearly does the job for FaZe, but not quite enough. And now it's about this pressure over towards the A side. How often have we talked about B being the more difficult? But 4 men out of A is a difficult one when they get their heels dug in. Selling him over towards that top tower is going to be an issue. Simp inside, finding 2. Well, the Gorillas, you've got it all to do. You may well have done the, well, so-called hard part. And then in time, get a hold of A. There's not a lot of time.
He's checking every single corner for any sneaky member of FaZe. They're slowing down the time here as well. This will force FaZe to react to him. Teammates trying to get in position. Exceed already finds Simp. They are moving towards as well now. Set him to be seen, and Abeezy gets caught. Assault will take him down, but trades flowing from both sides. Keep an eye on Exceed. They mile towards the back, and Atlanta FaZe have chosen just to leave him. Simp finds him by exploding the car. That is outrageous. He was turned and gone.
I would love to see if he's actually done that at that exact moment, or has it just lingered? I'm not too sure. We maybe will find out, but it's just been a torrent of kills coming through from Atlanta FaZe once again. You can see them turn around because of where they spawned. They know there's somebody maybe potentially towards that backside. And you can see where Abizi's just spawned over towards that right-hand side, over towards the office. Then that makes more sense to where you are. But what doesn't make sense now is LA Gorillas trying to find something out of this. It's going to be very, very difficult. Abizi is expecting to flank the rest of phase, given the task to hold it down on their own.
Abizi calling an assault. Gets him as well, playing it patient. Got to be careful, though. The rest of LAG are into this point. Sim waiting for reinforcements. Doesn't want to let this one slip, but just goes it completely. And the second player will fall. Sim, maybe 12 and 14, but he's 20 on the thing. And it's going to be Joe Deceives. Keeps this game alive. Slasher firing every bullet he can. Celian will get the cleanup. It's no life left for LAG. But they are throwing caution to the wind. Slasher playing his life for boxes as well. Throwing bullets down range. LAG somehow still alive here, Ton.
Need one more wipe of kills and they've got a chance, but Simps behind them and Simps cleaned them all up. We'll see you in the next round. It's Simple Doll 3 on the flank. Atlanta FaZe do the hard part and make the easy job for Sim to come in and pick up the pieces. There's one. There's the second one through the door. And also there's very little you can do about that. It's Simp to close out the round. And he was the one that found it. Pick up flank. Says do about that. It's Simp. All of it.
I was going to say, and obviously that last three, that really just put it to bed. But here we go, aggressive start from Atlanta FaZe, looking to get B quickly.
Can they find anything here? LAG. Some plenty members over, expecting the push to come in from FaZe. Simp is the one who may well be there to cause the problems first. He will find him. BZ there for the trades. Potential now for FaZe over towards this B side. LA Gorillas very much concentrating on defending it. He's trying to get RC as well. They know players out here.
Just playing for positioning. The next trades will be crucial. At the moment, LAG is in a good position. BZ's so weak. He's 17 and 9. RC knows he's here as well, but he's alone and dead.
Yeah, not much you can do from this scenario apart from walk away, lick your wounds, and make your way over towards the A side. Actually, an important kill that went down on the flank. It was Exceed who falls. Now on the FaZe probably don't have too much to worry about from that side of things. They can stack over towards A. Some good progress. 35 seconds remaining though. If LA Gorillas can force them off it, then all of a sudden this becomes a little bit of a bad situation for FaZe.
Joseph's just trying to be an issue. Contesting this, so they cannot get the points up without dealing with him. Celian just right. I'll find out where you are. Assault on the flank. Try to stay alive as well, but Celian finds him again. Celian just playing around the outside here of A has managed to deflect all this pressure from LAG. Exceed now going hunting. Abizi will find him as well. 1 point down, 1 to go.
And LA Gorillas there were looking at just try and, well, I don't want to say farm off the respawn, but get themselves in a good position to keep FaZe in. But unfortunately, there's a Abizi who's going to try and stop you doing that. He finds the first kill, but still Arcides is pushed up over towards that field side. Flash out while he was trying to make something happen, but a stun check to come over is going to stop that pretty much in its tracks. BZ and Co just slowly finding their way here. A minute to go for the push over towards B. It's one good wipe. That's what we've seen in the first round.
Sim knows there's somebody in green. It's Arcides. 56 seconds left to go here. LAG could very well hold this. Celian just stopping that clock. Massive benefit to FaZe here. They're just trying to find the individual kills, and they are finding them all over the place. 16 seconds alive. That's a huge two-piece. BZ will find them as well, but it reduces it as he finds the second. 22 and 13, and he's now off to the slide. It is ridiculous from IBZ. It's too easy. It always is. And Celian calls it in. They get back on the point. They stack, and B is captured. The game is done. LAG, goodbye.
Goodbye. Honestly,
it's the big kill that comes in over towards the flank. Arcides is there, primed and ready to set the pinch into motion. Exceed does a good job.
Continue moving.
We'll see here to try and.
Different. Yeah, I mean,
optic.
Yeah, it was terrible. You have to talk about the fact that they were sitting in the winners bracket, going to lose 2. I mean, the first one, it's just a really, really tough turn of events for Legion. When we had so much promise from them across the online stage, just didn't convert that into land performances. Right now, though, they picked up 20 or so points. You can see already Optic Texas holding down towards top PD. Ghosty locking down the toilet side of things as well. Just do not want Vegas Legion to get control up here. So far, so good. Clears their temp falling. Looking like a P2 lockdown for Optic Texas, unless TJ can do something about it.
Yeah, Optic just making sure this P2 is in there. Clayster and TJ already punching through the front door. Ghosty with the wide channel and TJ, who doesn't reach out at that time. Eventually, he will pick him up here. And Ghosty staying alive. Standy will eventually come through and get that as well. Neither team really locking this down. Standy with 3.
Nicely done from Standy. Through the front door, and they completely wipe out Texas. This decent setup. Clayster is there to lock down the middle of the map alongside with TJ.
好みチームで言ったらオプティックはまあ強い。オプティックは基本的に上位に入ってくるチームだ。間違いなく。でもなんか俺が知らないところでさ、ベガスリージョンの方にスタンディ入ってるから、スタンディ強いんだよな。
Vegas Legion gonna lock this one down. Optic gonna have to walk away at P3. Very much on offer. They should be the first ones there. Should be able to get themselves set up, but nicely done from Legion. Just a pinch from a few different angles. Find the break. Find some good time.
And yeah, and the entire point there was Optic realistically went for P2. Didn't get it at all. P3 will be their money hill. I'll look to make sure that nobody gets away with this. And Tempest found a player that went past him about 20 minutes ago. Doesn't know where he's gone. Right now, Legion are nowhere near this next point.
Shotzi locking down the car park side. Temp may well be over towards the other side. The wall bang's starting to come through, but he has very little points and fly out anyway. Nobody there to back him up. Maybe just felt like he had to do something. It's a 5 spree for Hook though. Over towards the PD side. He's going to be the guy that can control the spawns for each team as we head over towards the next hill and watch the cross if needed. But so far, so good for Optic Texas. They are very much closing that gap that was built over the first 2 hills. P3 solid for them.
It hasn't really been much of a fight here at all. Optic, they're going to this point, haven't really been pushed off at any point, and now as we go towards a tight game between these two, you can see the fight is going on. Will be the Legion.
Shotzi with an important kill there. And also it's the kill that comes through onto Hook, who's been ready and waiting to make the move over towards people for so long. It's a bit of bad timing. Standy gets behind the door. Finds the kill. Ready for this one from Hook as well. TJ dealing with Dashi alongside of it. 3 for Temp on this rotation. Big kills coming through for him. It's now an opportunity for Vegas Legion to get themselves set back up. And Temp is just going to be the man finding the kills through the middle of the map here. Spawns towards the back for Optic Texas. So Vegas Legion got to read this.
Gonna have to stand his alone.
これ結果言っていいんですか？ダメですね、アリスさん。ダメです。
Nobody really able to get a trade for them at all as Optic
でも個人的にはベガスにサンディ入ったらクソでけえな。サンディマジでうまいし強いから。サンディはなんかさ、トロントの時はなんかちょっとあんま持ち味出してなかったんだよな。サンディかわいそうに。俺はサンディ好きだけどな、めちゃくちゃ。
When they got it over towards P4, it was decent time.
しかに今のベガスだったら合うかもね。
They're locking down this side of the map. We can find the kill on a Hook. That will be massive. There we go. Rotation the kitchen pretty much locked in now for Vegas Legion. What is the line of attack for Optic Texas? Get ready and waiting to shut down the push that's going to come through from Tennis Court if he can do. Taking down Optic Texas, closing the gap.
And now you can see
to
try and put the squeeze on here. Bodies all around as slowly that circle closed in. TJ trying to watch several different directions at once. The teammates are falling closer, holding it. Hugh will dive into this one as well. Both teams flying with bodies into it. It will be the Legion who out on top so far.
To try and spoil the party, not going to have it stand up. Shotzi though upsets the odds as he so often does. 2 fall through for him. Temp able to stand back with 2 of his own. Players just going backwards and forwards, trading these kills. Ultimately, though, it will be Legion who come out on top, just the closest spawn for them, helping them out. Optic Texas now going to have to find a route through. They find a kill in the middle of the map, so more pressure to come in, but only 5 seconds remaining. They're going to start setting up for the P2 rotation and for P1.
Just being annoying, staying alive, diving between red and orange. You can see as we go back to P1 here, the tiny lead for the Legion. They got some good time on P1 last time. I don't think it's going to be as plain sailing.
Honestly, that first rotation of hills, you can give Legion their credit for a really nice start, P1 and P2. As you mentioned, very, very solid. A good hold of P4. You've got a slender little lead. Heading into the next rotation of hills. Between these two, Dashi finding 2 on his own, starting to heat up a little bit. Ghosty will find another as well. So the time going over towards Optic Texas. For P2. belongs to Optic Texas as well. That's just got a big job to do here. They can find
はい、
one
2枚で
knock
そ
point
の
on
2
the
回繰り返
10.
し来る。
The kills coming through for Vegas Legion over towards top PD, and all of a sudden, P2 control looking like this.
With 15 seconds left to go.
どうも、おしくらさん、レッツさん、レッツさん、岡です。どうも、おはようございます。
Who's looking to make sure it is not to be Shotty with the dead silence, with the movement. We're loading bay control.
うわー、ちゃんとクレーミングすんの偉いね、お前、スタンディ。
And it's now a bit of a face-off. They clear out Dashi towards the back, and the Legion will be first here into P2. Back spawns for Texas.
ゴースティーはマジで耐えるやつが強い気がします。ゴースティーはね、うまいね、だって。
Something they're gonna have to work off. Vegas Legion, really nice breaks coming through. Surely through brute force, to be honest with you. Attacks, gunfights, all working in their favor. But looking like Optic Texas get control of PD, should be able to take this one back. Try to keep contested as long as he can, but eventually get taken down. That was a clean wipe initially, but TJ is able to answer back. Maybe a little bit overzealous from Optic. They push forward, try and force the issue. And TJ punishes them for it. 3 kills to fall his way. Can he find a 4th? But he's gonna find some time. Just slowing down Optic. Rotations over towards P3 happening now, but Optic fumbling over towards P2 a couple of times, but it's only a 30-point lead for Legion. And Shotty just completely dunks on the Clayster there as well. This time Legion were there ready. Clay had read this. Unfortunately, Shotty just ignored him, killed him, and has pushed them back. The rest of the Legion now going to try and push through. Shotty with another kill in around orange. Has the reinforcements. A player going up ladder. It's going to be Clayster again with the pistol. Oh, Clayster. Shotty this time. Legion have done much better on P3. They are finding the kills. Ghosty running the reinforcement. He gets done at the same time. And Vegas have found a way through. And Clayster may well be the one that finds that kill over through from the top ladder side, but it's the players who rotate over towards PD. They want to get the shots in from up top.
Yeah, Clay,
just to pick up the pieces, and he will continue to find a couple more as well. Shotty now very much concentrating on this rotation because you need to. Is going to be a very nice lead for Vegas Legion as we head back over towards PD. You need to find some good time here for Optic Texas. The kills starting to fall their way. Scrap me will go towards Legion. It's going to be a healthy lead here though. Bryce is going to be about 60 or 70 for Texas to try and close.
Well, let's see if they can do it as we move into this next one. The Vegas Legion are ahead, but how long will that remain? Let's find out with the Legion. Listen in.
ダーシーがハゲてるのクソ珍しいな。
First off, one shot, you. Flags. Nice. He was blind spot, I'm nading him.
これ C チームだから早く来てる。危な、ワンテンポ。ワンテンポ遅かったな。カバー間に合っちゃうよ、危な。クレアのテンポのコンビ最高です。いいね。
Missing 2, Dashy Ghosty. Punch shot, Dashy, 1 second. I'm going right, Abbott Street, guys. There's only one right. One shot on me right, Kyler, going Vans. Vans, 1 bullet. Yeah, 1 bullet. No, Vans. Front laundry shots. He's gonna go front laundry shots.
いや、強い。うわー、クレイでかー、それになったら。
I never killed Tyler. We did. Have a trophy on you. Yes, I did. Close the doors. I'm gonna close the doors. I'm banging, I'm holding hill.
僕、でっかいマシが一番苦手ですよ。まあ、ここは苦手なイメージ。あるから最強だね、ガチで。おー、ヒュー。
One's gonna be P2, I'm pitching it.
偉いね、レイスター。
It's on top gas, dead. More Xbox. Go on laundry.
And the Legion were winning. The frustration now coming through as they have been gunned out of this hill. And it's all about Optic Texas.
Lovely stuff from Hook, who finds 3 on the break, and then you see Optic Texas get out the hill for just a second. Because Legion not sure of their location because of that get caught out. It's free time for Optic Texas. Hook and Dashi going off where needed. And Vegas Legion, that lead was about 70 or so. It's now cut down to around 10. Can they find those kills and find the points to close out map number 1 here?
Clayster is doing everything he can. He's 34 and 18. But will it be enough? Shotty already finds the kill. They are back onto this point. Ghosty will gun him down. Clayster also doesn't manage to get his kill at the same time. Unusual miss for him. It's a 6-point game.
Hook's actually managed to find T1, transition over towards P2 as well. 30 seconds remaining on P1. Optic Texas about to take the lead and do take the lead for the first time in quite some time. And sporadic spawns for Vegas Legion. They're absolutely miles away from where they want to be. Kills are being traded, but it's all about these rotational kills over towards P2. Big from Clayster, top toilets. Who has to stay alive?
Stay alive, he is. Dashi on Overwatch. An Optic on P2. They will lose the scrap time at P1, but that is not what matters. They have loading control, they have P2 control, and they are back P2 as well. Dashi will be the first to fall. Optic only need to hold for 20 seconds. That is a massive wipe for them in the end. Clay gets 2 with the cruise, and now the Legion are in.
It's a perfect break from Vegas Legion, yeah, on the back of the cruise missile, but they work so hard to get control over towards the back PD side. Optic Texas now taking control there as well. It's all about the push from PD and the push from back car park. You can see the players starting to set up. Stanley's going to deal with the 2 in the back. Temp deals with 1.
いやーこれ耐えたいねゴースティ。いやまあきついけどね。プレイキャル彼行かなきゃいけない。クレイよく気づいてた。クレイクソ無双してるやん。いやーでかいキルクソ見つける。これ一番入らせるようにするだけ。あーセンターがあるのなんかうまいなお前。あーこれは GG か。でも耐えてる。あ、これまずい。あ、それ片目こうある。うわ、まずい。これしていくって。あちゃー。惜しい。オプティック勝ちだったけどね。ベクゾン30プラスに強いんで、ハーパー取りたい。これクレイがバカ強かったな。
So desperately a liquid in this series and get those 10 points they would sell their left kidney for.
やっぱスタンディ効いてるな。こいつ動きがうまいんだよな、スタンディは。
Dashi that the break comes through. Honestly, when they start sending through,
スタンディは好きな SMG だよ。
Oh my goodness, Dashi missed the shot. Found any map.
It was left with Temp.
Wants to find him.
Out of control. Quite quick enough. Nicely done from Vegas Legion. It's very rare that you see that pivot over towards A so quickly. There was so much pressure, and quite often from defensive teams, you will see somebody extend over towards that side. You can see standing close. They're doing it right now. Didn't see from Optic Texas. Allowed Vegas Legion just to get a lot of control. Some control inside. Toilets will find the gun and who will fall. Standing now inside your base. Problem for Optic Texas.
And they've got to find Stanley before they can move. And now it goes down to a 3 versus 3. Also, been made to look like a fool here. We haven't got this kill food change. We will do for the next one. Don't worry.
I can't believe you didn't change it. Can't believe it.
I know. Yeah, it's totally my fault. Anyway, after this, we can see Optic going for a bit of a change here. Clayster with a sniper, but it's going to be point blank one. He finds the first and managed not to get away. Dashi will get that trade. A huge trade for them in the end. TJ looking out. This may actually be a rotate back here for Optic.
Very reactive from Vegas Legion. You know, for a fact, Clayster finds one. He's screaming. There's 16 in the mid-air. Of course, the pivot from Optic Texas then starts to come through. Vegas Legion do the right thing to come over, but maybe an overcommitment. TJ is going to be on the flank. He's not going to be there in time to stop this going down, though, but he is immediately going to find a kill. Dashi eventually will get there. And 1v2 now for Ghosty.
And Ghosty will be playing this as patient as he can. Cannot move at the wrong time. Cannot peek at the wrong time. Needs to figure out every single angle, and this could just come down to timing. The time slowly gets away. Temp looking for him as well. I think he sees him. He's going to find Ghosty alive. Oh my goodness! Ghosty with 15 health has maybe made the play. He's now regenerating. Temp wants to find him, but there is no time left. Goes to the challenge. Thank you very much for the clutch. Oh my goodness, Ghosty!
Does so well to stay alive. Temp just sees his angle, starts spraying. Not enough to take down Ghosty. On top of that, we'll find the gun. A couple of extra bullets into Temp to make sure. Yeah, Don can just smile about that one. That's a tough one. I think, you know, as soon as Ghosty gets behind that and then finds the kill onto, I think it was TJ who was left with Temp. Always a tough situation. It is a bullet away from the round belonging to Vegas Legion. A 2-0 lead for Vegas Legion, but as it goes, Optic Texas. I think that grenade over the top is going to cause some issue as well. Say TJ, at minimum tagged up. Calista with a snipe on Overwatch, though. Careful of your Optic. A little bit of presence for Vegas Legion over towards the B side, but can they make it count?
Oh, Hugh shouldering. And he will be picked off as well. Just too wide of a chow against the sniper there in the end. Ghosty as well. He's throwing it, eventually goes for the wall bang. Backs Clayster off. Right now, Legion, playing around this sniper, have not found any map control at all.
And TJ was actually pushed up over towards B. He was kind of the ace in the hole. Caught in the middle of nowhere, if anything. Yeah, I mean, look, Shotzi giving us a good angle of where he was sitting at, trying to check if he had the bomb, I believe, Shotzi. TJ gets caught out, and all of a sudden, Vegas Legion's potential route into this round is taken out, so it will have to be something slow and steady. Will that be over towards A? You try and find your picks towards B. What's the play?
Well,
with 2 minutes over towards the B side. Dashi is going to find info in a second. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Dashi missed the shot. Clay will now have this locked in. Stanley will find Shotzi as well. Are they going to commit to this? Ghosty will find Clayster. That Overwatch is gone, but there's a rotation from the Legion. Dashi will now call out, there is nobody here. Ghosty flying back across, but Temp has read him. And with a bomb going down, it's Dashi in a 1 versus 2.
Lovely plays from Temp specifically. Rotation starts to come in. You know, if they overcommitted over towards the A side, where they're going to push from, where they want to retake from, it's got to be over towards P3. Hard point. Temp sets himself up. It's an easy kill, but Dashi now on the 1 versus 2. Sniper pistol in hand. Impossible situation.
Oh my goodness, he found the first. Dashi, hope, still alive. Just a chance, an opportunity, a snipe to the face can do it. Almost gets Standy. Will now chase this down. Doesn't have the health, has the pistol, and looks for him in every single angle. But Standy, elusive to the very end. And there was always a potential there for Dashi, but somehow he just couldn't find it.
Oh, he's just trying to play it to make Standy push out. He's like, go on, go on, go on. Come on for the child. Come on for the child. And that'd be tactical. I say it's what causes the issue over towards that side, but makes things a little bit more difficult for Optic Texas in that round. Vegas Legion looking like this stronger outfit here. It's had to be a clutch from Optic Texas for them to have found a round. This very well could have been 3-0 for Vegas Legion.
Clayster will find a pick on the cross. And Houston trouble going to go down as well. This is aggressive here. Legion are giving them nothing. And Dashi will find one. This is a 1 versus 4 if he can make it. But no bomb, no time. Surely Temp does not give him time of day and they just play every shoulder in the book.
This is for a solid little lead. Temp may well go for the gunfight, but even if Dashi pushes out here, there are plenty of eyes looking towards Bruce now. Difficult situation, isn't it? You have very little information on where Temp is. You don't have the bomb. No control. Not much of a hope. Shots coming in across the board, not going to happen. Clayster puts him in. Nicely done from Vegas Legion. Comes from that opening kill. They're able to then just put that pressure on. As Clayster found the sniper cross, they can then start to make a move, start to try and pick them up from up top. They know the numbers are at their advantage. They make them count. Vegas Legion. Very, very solid lead now.
Yeah, and truthfully, it's always a little bit terrifying going against Dashi in those scenarios. That's like, if Temp gives him this kill, it becomes much more dangerous for the Legion. And that's why I said, you realistically don't give him time of day. Fast shouldering, fast snaking. If he gets a hit, you stay down. You keep that head buried. You do not allow that 1 versus 3 or 1 versus 4 to slip the net. Dashi on Overwatch this time, though, but no aggression from the Legion. Just holding the cross, so we've seen him. TJ may well not be throwing any more shoulders. That side, Temp was there! Oh my goodness me, what a shot that is from Temp! Dashi's holding the angle, and Temp still guns him before he gets around the corner. Standy finds one in the hook shot. He's able to answer back, but it's still disadvantage Optic Texas. 3v2 for Legion. Good positioning, though. Keep an eye on this. Ghosty, he might be able to find a kill here on the TJ. He's gonna find the first. Not going to go for the second, but it brings it back to a 2 versus 2. And there is the pinch. Shotzi has caused the problem, and Clayster's now at a 1 versus 2 as well. Legion, they were not secure in the angles they were holding. Ghosty slipping that makes the difference. Gives Optic a lifeline here. As Clayster well could have come up with something, but Vegas Legion, that's a round they'll look at as one that was potentially
going to fall their way. But Optic Texas, great turnaround, just down to the positioning from Ghosty. As soon as he finds that, everybody else has to turn around, and Shotzi kicks himself into gear. Well played from Ghosty. Good positioning. And that, with that little time left to plant the bomb, that kind of kill is such a dagger for the attacking team. Always such a difficult scenario to try and turn around. Now Optic Texas find themselves back into this game. 3-2. Back and forth we go.
Let's see. Is there aggression coming out here? I don't think so at the moment. Optic just taking full control of their side. Maybe looking for a pick again. Placer has put the sniper away. But no information really for either side.
Slow and steady wins the race. Who knows? All these teams playing around the snipers, playing around these picks. It's felt like Vegas Legion have been potential more successful on that side of things. Nobody yet to find anything though. So Optic Texas though, the ones on the attack are the ones who are going to have to do something about this. A very aggressive position from Standy. Can they dig him out? This is just going to be too little too late. Standy ready and win. We'll find 1 second as well. The stab on the Dashi. TJ will find Shotzi. The round is pretty much over.
Well, Hugh needs to find something magical now. They waited patiently and they didn't get anything from it. Hugh has a dead silence, but Temp's already seen him and he's down to 5 health. Has the bomb in his hands and instantly will go down when he peeks a bomb site. Legion will get it. And I think, realistically, Optic were expecting more aggression actually out of the Legion there and didn't come to fruition. You can see they're standing, waiting for Ghosty. Perfect in the end. Second kill was a snapper and almost died, but TJ had his cross.
I think for Standy there, you know, we talk about the aggression. I suppose it was there in a certain element, wasn't it? Standing in an aggressive position. Ready for Optic Texas to try and make the push. They both peek out the windows at the same time, and I presume that's maybe to try and get a pick onto a player over towards P3, towards the top side. Both you peek the angle, maybe one of you can find him. So no, thank you very much. There's the top of both your heads. I'm gonna Vaznev, see you later. Aggression immediately coming through though, TJ. Not going for the bomb plant, but going for a little bit more map positioning. Dead silence popped. This is bad for Optic.
Yeah, all the way around, but with the bomb down, TJ has not really found anything he wants to. He's going to go up top. Dashi's laying down. There's a long way Vaz there, but TJ doesn't get it. It's too long for the Vaz. And they're in a good position, but Optic have all their players alive.
I think the trophy might have saved Dashi, to be honest with you, who's still hunting. He may well think that's it, though. His TJ is now left in a 1 versus 4, but they know exactly where he is. 22 seconds can find one. I didn't imagine we were going to get another 1 versus 4 there, Brycey. Eventually, Optic Texas will clean house. But yeah, I think if TJ finds that kill on the Dashi, it's such a different story.
The Vaz at long range. You can do it. It's just not easy. And they're going to be disappointed with that one. I thought they might have had something. It was the long flank in the end. But Optic Texas, stay alive.
Still alive.
Just about. I don't know if it's up there with the Optic van, but the Dashi trophy, saving his bacon there. Not quite the same impact, I suppose. 4-3 Legion. Can you find some picks here? Callista's been good at it. Optic Texas not going for the immediate beat cross. It's another pick and play kind of moment. Standy shut it down last time. They're looking for him now. TJ is going to get tagged up as well. Has to back on down. Standy will be dealt with. So Optic Texas have the numbers. They have even more now. My goodness. Temp TJ falling. Calista left all alone. Good luck, Click.
Yeah, this is not going to be easy. Fast find the first. Clayster, a sniper, and a dream. Problem is, I feel like after seeing a BT 1 versus 4, we think it's more possible than it usually is. Normally, it's just the end of a round. And there it is. Back to 4-4. Optic bouncing back hard into this S&D.
Very hard. A couple of moments here and there have really made the difference. These 1v1 gunfights, you know, that first one, a Standy, if you can find that at the toilets, then, well, yeah, okay, Optic Texas, they may well trade it out, but it just creates more and more pressure. They can't quite get there. If you're Vegas Legion, now things get a little bit scary. You were looking like you were immediately going to walk away with a 2-0 lead in this series, but all of a sudden the search is tied up. Poke is starting to get aggressive. Dead silence is popped. gonna get some good timing here on a TJ. Yes, he is. Can find one. No trade is through. It's another first blood. Another advantage for Optic.
And they're going to need Ghosty to be every bit his namesake. Must not get hit by these bullets. As you can see, he's given him nothing. Clayster will have to have the reflexes and the luck to get this. Temple finds Shotzi, but is it going to be enough as Clayster is playing peekaboo and it's not working out for him? The time is burnt. It's a 3 versus 3.
The problem is for Vegas Legion here, they can't pivot over towards the A side because that bomb is down in the middle of goddamn nowhere. Clayster though. Well, here we go. Yeah, we'll get rid of the trophy. 1 out of 2. Yeah. 2 out of 3. Trophy. There we go. So now we're Ghosty. Oh, he's just got another one. So
Clay's hated there at the end, but this time it's been burned, and Hugh just says, oh, there's Temp slow walking his way to the bomb site. Stanley will do it himself as well now, and I think Hugh's heard him. Hugh should have him, and there we go, another one for Hugh, and long range, it won't be him for the win, but it will be Optic. They take the lead in the S&D.
Trophy's haunting Clay. I like the play call because you see the name come through in the moment of frustration when the trophy icon comes up. Get rid of Ghosty, you've got potential. Just wasted so much time though. Optic Texas. I want to say that's a minimum of 3 rounds in a row in their favor. Vegas Legions showed so much promise towards the start of this search and destroy. Can we see more of that now? Need to find 2 rounds in a row, Bryce, to avoid this series being tied up.
How God did play it this time? Bomb in the hands of Shotzi. May want to launch himself across here, but Optic are slow rolling this again. Does Shotzi make a move this time? Clayster trying to watch the cross. Sees just the foot and ankle of Shotzi. It looks like they may take mid-control here. I think that's where Optic are going.
Stanley playing the same role. I wonder if he holds this corner and does he get aggressive? Because if he gets aggressive, that's going to be information over now towards the side of Vegas Legion. Yeah, you can immediately see as soon as he pushes these stairs, TJ just turns around, heads over towards A. If Optic Texas head back over towards this side, then all of a sudden they will be in trouble. But speaking of in trouble, Clayster 2 HP. TJ there for the backup though. And that's all because of the information that Standy finds from being aggressive. Optic Texas rocking a hard place. Springs to mind now.
Standy's looking for these kills, but Optic have passed him by.
No way.
No way.
Standy is deep in their spawn, but they've not really found anything. Optic will have to plant. There's a gunfight towards the back here. It's Shotzi for the win. 3 versus 3. Ghosty will find Temp as well. And they have the positioning here, Legion, but not anything else. Ghosty will go down. Back down to a 2 versus 2. And it's been a mess of a round. How will it end?
We'll end with Clayster in a 1 versus 2 with the sniper in hand. Impossible scenario. You know where Dashi is. You definitely don't know where Shotzi is. Goes for the challenge and Dashi, who will deal with him. Optic Texas with that.
いいね。ほな、一旦配信終わりますと。